Hello there, and welcome back to Maxed, the online video series where you and I are on the journey to becoming the first player to reach 99 ore in every game mode on Oldschool Runescape. Today we're heading down to the Thieves' Den to spend a bit of time on an account that I've been neglecting over the past couple of episodes, and one that will be very important for the future. You see, Rapier is going to be my money making alt and something that I'll be using for a little while as I progress with Zayla, but its main purpose is to fund the 99s that I need on my free to play only account, which happens to be one of the game modes that I'm trying to max here on Oldschool Runescape. In order to complete this account, I need to finish the Recipe for Disaster and Dragon Slayer 2 questlines. With Recipe for Disaster, I'll unlock the Barrow's gloves, which I'll be using as the best in stock gloves when we eventually get around to killing rune dragons for money. But before I can get them, I need to get 70 cooking to unlock the 8-toll mini quest, which will unlock rune gloves in the Colomancer's chest, and I also need to complete the Legends quest. After that, I need to gain 175 quest points so I can defeat the Colomancer and gain Barrow's gloves, which I'll get around to completing with all the subquests necessary to complete Dragon Slayer 2. So let's leave Rapier to cook some lobsters here in Berthrock for a while as we prepare to finish these quests, and in the meantime finish a grind that I've been leaving long overdue. So, we've been doing a lot of Slayer over the past couple of episodes, and I wanted to take up a grind that would be more relaxing, so whilst I was getting 70 cooking for the requirement on Rapier, I thought I would head up to the Zia mines and finish up my runecrafting level. I started training runecrafting back in April 2017 as an objective to get 99, and I honestly could have finished the skill towards the end of that year, if not during the entirety of 2018, but I'm one of those players who can't stay focused on this skill for too long, as I like to skill hop, and boy have I been doing a lot of skill hopping with the runecrafting skill. Despite the fact that I keep picking up, starting and then eventually hopping onto another skill, I really do enjoy runecrafting. I find it relaxing to spend a couple hours a day running double nature runes in the abyss or sticking on something to watch on the side whilst I AFK blood runes in Zia, but whilst I enjoy the process of gaining experience in the skill, it does take a tad bit too long to see raw improvements XP wise. Still, I wouldn't change runecrafting as a skill, and I'm looking forward to picking up one day again in the future when I start training it again on one of my other game modes that I'll be maxing in. Now that I have 99 runecrafting, I also have the perk of the runecrafting skill kit, and this opens up an entirely new way of money making that is absolute bank. At 99 runecrafting, I can craft double death runes in the abyss, which are far more profitable than nature runes, and with the runecrafting skill cape I don't have to spend time repairing my rune pouches, as the cape effect means that when it is worn they will never degrade. This means that I can just runecraft double death runes to my heart's content, and I don't have to worry about the small little annoyances such as my pouches degrading, which can be pretty annoying if you're runecrafting a large bulk of runes. But there are two more things that I can do that will really make this money making method really chill and remove all the annoyances that will put me off runecrafting for a large amount of time. With thanks to my Slayer gains recently, I can afford to buy the Eternal Amulet of Glory, which gives unlimited teleports to Edgeville. With this bad boy, I don't have to worry about charging or swapping my glory amulets every time I bank in Edgeville to get more pure essence and bank the death runes that I just created. But before I can use my eternal glory, I have to complete a diary which I've left long overdue, much like the Varrock and Arduin diaries from last week's episode. Running through the abyss means that my character will be skulled and will have her prayer points drained, meaning that everything on me that is tradable at the time is at the risk of being PK'd by another player. But with the Falador Elite Diary complete, I can equip the Falador Shield 4, which will give my character 2 full recharges of prayer a day, meaning that when I'm doing double death runes and a player killer tries to PK me for my Eternal Amulet of Glory, I can just recharge my prayer, put Protect Item on, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, I'll protect my glory should I die. I already have all the requirements to complete the Falador Elite Diary, but I need to complete a few things before I can claim the Falador Shield 4. Firstly, I need to craft a basket in the farm south of Falador with some willow branches, but I have to wait for my willow trees to grow before I can cut off the branches and use them to create the basket. I also need to wait for a magic tree to grow in Falador Park and then dig it up to claim magic branches. I also need to acquire the full Prospector outfit in the Motherlode mine and then wear it in the Motherlode mine to complete the diary. These things will take some time as I need to wait for my trees to grow, and I obviously need to start mining in the Motherlode, so whilst I'm waiting for these final requirements, I thought I would work on some other things in the meantime. So I thought it would be a good idea to start doing some smithing whilst I was waiting for my trees to grow, as I needed to do some mining as well to get the prospector outfit in the Motherlode mine. My target level was 85 smithing, as that is the level requirement needed to infuse a smouldering stone with a dragon pickaxe to create the infernal pickaxe. With the infernal pickaxe you can gain passive smithing experience whilst mining, and I thought this would be a good way of me being efficient, as I thought I'd be getting smithing experience whilst mining in a Motherlode mine for the Falador diary. However, it does turn out I don't really like the blast furnace and running gold ore for hours on end, so rather than force myself to do something I didn't enjoy, I took breaks in between the grind to 85 smithing by doing some bank standing. I had a little battle stars accumulated in my bank from doing my dailies, which now includes picking up the 60 battle stars I unlocked in the last episode, and I decided to use them all to get me to 97 crafting. I was still feeling a bit burnt out from the blast furnace at this point, so I moved on to fletching and finally finished the skill 2 for 99 fletching. I also had a Kraken task which I had left over from Slayer to AFK for a little while, and got myself a Kraken tentacle, which was very nice. I also got bored of Kraken and decided to finish off 85 smithing so I could finally start getting my prospector outfit, and that's when I discovered that I didn't need to do all of that, as it turns out that the infernal pickaxe does not give passive smithing experience as I thought it did in the Motherlode mine. This was pretty annoying to discover, but the blessing in disguise here is that I'm now 85 smithing, which I needed to train up anyway en route to 99. It was really annoying though, as I really had to dig deep to focus on the blast furnace, and I'm really not looking forward to going back here when I have to start grinding for 99 smithing. So now the grind begins for the full prospector outfit, and with the Motherlode mine being very AFK, I could focus on doing some recipe for disaster requirements on Repure. With 70 cooking down, we could go ahead and complete the 8 toll mini quest, which gave us our rune gloves on the account. After that, I did complete the underground pass as part of the 175 quest points I need to finish recipe for disaster. But after that I got a bit fed up with questing and stuck Repure back in the stronghold security to farm bottom receptors for my free to play account. I've accumulated around 1100 bottom receptors now on Repure, and with the 1000 I have on Exule, I have roughly 2k scepter pieces to charge the bone scepter when I begin runecrafting on free to play. And with the help of another free to play player called Freckle Kid, we did get some confirmation from Mud Ash that the bone dust update I spoke of a few episodes ago is somewhere in the works to be brought into the game. So it's just a matter of time before I can transfer the scepter pieces onto Exule, and I can start runecrafting on free to play. It was around this time that the new Slayer Master Konor was brought into Oldschool, and I thought I'd try my hand at the time, as the drop table for Konor hadn't been nerfed yet and there was some money to be made. I got a Kraken task from Konor and managed to get one of the new Dragon Haster drops, which I repaired and sold for 1.8 mil on the day that it came out. After Kraken I did a few more tasks from Konor, but I ended up stopping as the drop table was nerfed and changed, so there wasn't really much point continuing as the Konor Slayer on Vizela, as Durida is still the best Slayer Master for someone my level, but Konor does seem like the meta for low to mid level Iron Man accounts, so perhaps in a future episode of Max we'll do some more with the new Brimstone Key update. By this point all the trees and requirements that I've been waiting for had been done. We got our full prospector outfits, which only took around 3 days of AFK to acquire, and with the hard task complete we were set to finish the rest of the Falador diary. In Taverley I completed the Grimtail's quest to acquire the Dwarf Helm for the diary, made the basket with the willow branches I spoke of earlier, and finally finished off the diary by digging up the magic tree that I planted earlier to acquire the Falador Shield 4. Now that we finished the Falador Elite Diary and have our new shield, we stand a very good chance of not losing my eternal glory when I do double death runes in the Abyss, although there is a slim chance that I might mess up, but I doubt that will happen though. The other perk of completing this diary is that now I can get the better chance of getting Runite and Adamant Laws in the Motherlode 9 when I put the dirt in I mine, which should be a nice little earner as I'm planning to AFK most of it, if all the way to 99 mining there. With all that said and done, I'm planning to move back to finishing my Slayer grind. I got 98 Slayer a couple of episodes ago, and seeing that I'm one away from the big 99, I think it's time to finish it up. When we finish Slayer, we will have completed most of the difficult skills that can take months to grind to 99, particularly when you use the methods that I do, as I don't do tick manipulation or anything like that. And I guess the only really long grind that I have left is to do 99 mining in the Motherlode mine, which I'll be working on passively. Each episode of Maxed is powered by the generosity of the patronage that I receive on Patreon. As a small content creator, I can get often shafted by the algorithm and the system here on YouTube, and I can only maintain consistent uploads on the channel with your help. I'm asking you to pledge just $1 a month to the channel over on Patreon, which would go a long way towards keeping me afloat. We did just reach 1,000 subscribers here on the channel after 2 and a bit years of basically being full time, and if just a few of you were to make a pledges over on Patreon, then together you would be really helping me out. As some of you know by now, I also upload over on the BitTube network, which is another video hosting platform that is trying to be a competitor to YouTube, and whose premise is to make all the content there uploaded 100% monetized for both the content creator, which is me, and those who watch my content, which is you. However, BitTube is having a bit of trouble getting itself some traffic to its site, and I think together we could do our part to make the website more viable, as currently YouTube has a monopoly on content creators such as myself, which can be quite bad, particularly if you've been following events such as the hashtag #WakeUpYouTube trend, which is currently happening on this website. BitTube is completely free to use, and earning Tubes, which is a new form of cryptocurrency, can also be free to earn. Simply download and install the BitTube app to start mining Tubes for all the videos that you would have watched for free here on YouTube, but can do so instead over on BitTube. Earn money for watching my videos or others, and at the same time make a much needed difference to this industry, as you really do need a new and viable competitor to end YouTube's monopoly over all video hosting material. You can also follow me on Twitter and Twitch TV, and you can join my in-game clan chat by typing in Verzela into the channel that you want to join. You can find me and a few friends there almost every day, and I'd love to actually meet and speak to more of you, as a couple of you have been coming in there over the past week or so, and I would like to better get to know the people who tune in to watch Maxed every week, so come and stop and by. I promise I don't bite. As always, I'll see you next Wednesday, as I'm keeping to a schedule of uploading today every week. Thank you all for so much for watching, and I'll see you later. In the north of Gillinor exists the most dangerous area of the game, the wilderness. It's a place where thousands of players die every day, and among the dead lay hundreds of hardcore Ironmen who dared tempt fate and risk their status to the whims of dreaded player killers and dangerous bosses that only exist out here in the wilderness. It is a place where no hardcore Ironman is supposed to go, but there is one who dares call the wilderness her home.